What's going on YouTube? Welcome to Real Men Where It Kills TV. My name is Patrick Joy, and there's a lot to talk about. One, Biden dropped out of the race, so now it looks like we're likely to have Harris on the Democrat ticket, though I'm not sure how many states she's actually going to be able to get on the ballot for, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure they'll pull some fancy footwork to get her on the ballot in certain states that have already, the deadline to get on the ballot has already passed. But more importantly, I want to talk to you guys as a Christian. I want to talk about the Olympics. Many of us Christians, I didn't watch the opening ceremony myself, but I saw the images from it. In particular, one particular image that fills me with what can only be described as righteous anger. I refer to, of course, the drag queens reenacting the imagery of the Last Supper. This right there prompted me to say, you know what, I'm not watching any of the Olympics. What they did was sinful and evil. It was sacrilegious. It was an insult to every Christian on the planet. They took imagery of Jesus and his disciples eating the Last Supper together before Jesus was crucified on the cross. And made a mockery of it. We as Christians should be angry about this. Yes, we should love the sinners, but we should hate the sin that they are doing here. And we should let our voices be heard by not watching the Olympics and talking about this and getting word out there that this is wrong, this is not okay. Furthermore, where are the feminists at? They're in a boxing match. Biological male from Croatia versus a biological female in a women's boxing match. It lasted 46 seconds. And the biological female had to stop the fight because she could not endure against a male who was literally being allowed to beat up on her. Where are the feminists at in that? See, that's what's going to happen if we continue to allow biological males in female sports. Biological males are built different. Okay? And it gives us an advantage in certain things. Just like how biological females are built gives them an advantage in certain things. We are built different for a reason. It is in our DNA. No amount of surgery can change our DNA, can change what chromosomes we have. Can't be done. So where are the feminists? Where are the Christians? Where are you? Why are you not speaking out about this? Why am I speaking out about this? Because I am angry about it. And I should be as a Christian. And so should you as a Christian. What they are doing is wrong at the Olympics. There needs to be an outcry. And you know what? Where are the religious leaders? Where are the Christian religious leaders? Where's the Pope? Why is he making any comments about it? I couldn't find one single article where he said any remarks about what's going on with the Olympics in Paris. Thought you were supposed to be a Christian. I thought you were supposed to be God's voice on earth. So where are you? You lead the largest Christian denomination on the planet. You should be out. You should be speaking out about this. Evangelicals, you guys need to be speaking out on this and condemning it. We as Christians should be condemning the sinful acts that are going on in the Olympics this year. And don't get it twisted. I got nothing wrong with gay people. I got nothing wrong with lesbians or anybody in the, I got nothing against anybody in the LGBTQ, whatever alphabet soup, or community. I got nothing against you guys. I hate the sin, but I love you guys as a Christian. As a Christian, I love you guys. I hate the sin. I hate what you're doing with your lives. But I love you guys as love you guys. Because my God teaches, hate the sin, love the sinner. That being said, if trans and intersex people want to, or whatever the term is that's being used now, want to compete, give them their own category. Give them their own category of competition if that's what you want to do. Because right now what we have here, what happened last night, that Croatian boxer, that biological male Croatian boxer, or this morning or whenever it happened, I can't remember from the article. What, you couldn't hack it against males? So you figure you'd try your hand against females? Huh? Is that it? Not good enough to compete against males? Compete against your own gender? Because gender isn't determined by what you think up here. It's determined by your DNA. Period. End of story. We need to fix this. Because as a culture, as a society, if we continue down this sinful path, Western civilization, modern civilization, will crumble and fall. Look what they did in Sodom and Gomorrah. Look what God did to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's coming for us if we continue down this road. We need to be speaking out against this as Christians. Yes, we need to love the sinner. Jesus taught us to love the sinner. But he also taught us to hate the sin. Yeah, Jesus surrounded himself with sinners. He went to the worst of the worst because those were the people who needed him the most. And he showed them love and compassion. Because he was teaching us to love the sinner. But at the same time, what did he do when he entered the temple and he saw all the sinful activity that was allowed to go on in there? What did he do? He threw them out. He threw the sinful acts out of the temple. He became angry. And he did what he had to do. Now, I'm not saying we need to get violent. Don't get me twisted. We don't need to be violent about this. But we do need to speak out. We do need to make sure our voices are heard. We do need to be condemning what is going on in Paris this year. Because it is sinful, it is wrong, and it will be the end of us all if we don't. And from what I understand, there's another biological male in the women's boxing, competition. We can't allow that. Men are built different. Biological males are built different because of our DNA. Pound for pound, we average more muscle mass, denser bones, We're just built stronger in that physically stronger in that capacity in general. Not not always, but generally. That's why we've separated men's and women's competitions. But here's the thing, putting the religious stuff aside, if we continue to allow biological males to compete in women's sports, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? We're going to see fewer and fewer biological females dominating their respective sports. And they're going to end up being dominated by biological males who couldn't hack it in men's sports, but can dominate in female sports. It all comes down to DNA. But again, where are the feminists at? Where are the Christians at? Why are there not more Christians speaking out against this? I mean, good luck to Team USA. I hope you bring back a bunch of gold medals and silver medals and bronze medals and whatnot. I hope you do. Provided you're competing fairly. You know, I've talked to a few Christian friends since the Olympics started, many of whom are watching the Olympics and supporting the Olympics. And I go, how can you do that? How? I don't understand it. I don't get it. It makes no sense whatsoever to me. How can we as Christians support the Olympics this year when they're making a mockery of our faith, when they're blatantly being sinful, when what they're doing is blatantly wrong? We can't support that. We can't. Again, love the sinner, hate the sin. But we can't, in all good conscience of faith in our souls, support what they're doing. What they're doing is completely wrong. What they're doing is evil. And we need to condemn it as such. So you know what? I'm going to put out a challenge. I'm going to put a hashtag in the description. And I want every Christian, every feminist, every good person on the planet just make posts with this hashtag. And it's going to be hashtag Evil Olympics. All right, I'm gonna put that in the description. I want every Christian on the planet to make that hashtag be the top trending hashtag on all social media platforms. I'm going to start it. Y'all are going to finish it. I'm also going to put a challenge out to every religious leader on the planet. Condemn the Olympics. Come out and publicly, openly condemn the Olympics. I'm going to call on President Trump, or former President Trump, hopefully future President Trump, to do it. I want every biological female athlete on the planet, I want you to call this out as well. Actually, we're gonna make it a little bit simpler. Hashtag condemn the Olympics. All right, that's what we're gonna make it. Hashtag condemn the Olympics. All right, let's get this ball rolling. So what they're doing with the Olympics this year is just wrong. If you're the parent of a female athlete, you need to be doing this as well. If you want your child to have any future in their chosen sport, a future where their sport isn't being dominated by biological males who have genetic advantages over them, over biological females. If you don't want them dominating your child's sport, condemn the Olympics. This has got to end. Hashtag condemn the Olympics.